Hi, this is Jake with Optimus Forex, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to create user-defined alarms and alerts on Trade Interceptor. Now, before I do proceed, I would like to mention that if you're in the market for a new Forex trading platform, or you'd like to just give out Trade Interceptor, whether that be the desktop version or mobile version, a try, feel free to follow the link provided in the description below, and the same link will also be provided at the very beginning at the end of the video as well. Now, the link down in the description can be directly clicked on to bring you directly to the demo sign-up page for Trade Interceptor. Now, onto the video. Like I mentioned, this will be about how to create a user-defined alarm based off of specific expressions on Trade Interceptor. Now, we do already have this video for the mobile version, so if you would like to try out Trade Interceptor Mobile, feel free to check that video out as well. If you do log into the same trading account, alarms and alerts will actually carry over to the desktop version. As you can see here under my triggered section, I actually have a couple of alerts that have been triggered already in the past, and these alerts were all created on the mobile version. So it's pretty intuitive and it carries over seamlessly. Now, there are actually two methods of creating an alarm on this platform. The first can be accessed in the alarm panel right here on the left-hand side. If you do not see this, it's more than likely that you have this side panel deactivated, which if you take a look on the very top right-hand corner here under view, you'll see there's two buttons. The leftmost one that says toggle left panel can actually activate or deactivate that side panel there. So make sure that's active to gain access to your alarms and additional features up in this side panel. As for the alarm panel, as you can see, it is the little button with the bell symbol on there. So if you'd like to create an alarm, you can simply do so in this side panel by left clicking on the plus button located towards the bottom right, closest to your chart where my mouse is currently hovering. And as you see, when you do hover it over it, it does say add alarm. So if we click that, as you can see, it'll bring up an alarm editor where you can begin to manually customize an alarm of your own. Now, if you do have a chart up for a specific instrument and you'd like to create an alarm for that instrument, instead of having to go through this alarm screen here, you can simply right click on the chart and click on add alarm. This will automatically place the instrument that you have applied to your chart directly into your alarm editor, so you don't have to scroll through the whole catalog of instruments available on Trade Interceptor. So as you can see, I did have the chart open for the euro versus US dollar. So going through my chart, it does automatically apply that contract here. Now, we do have a couple of different options. We can change our feed if we have multiple. Again, as you just saw, you can change your symbol, and we can change our price type. Now, you have three different options for the price type. There's the average of both prices, and then you have your bid and your ask. This is entirely up to the user, but for this video, I'll be using the average. One last thing to keep in mind, you also have a time frame in which you can adjust. So again, these are the time frames available on this platform. So if you do trade on a 1 minute interval, 2 minute, 3 minute, choose whatever interval you're currently trading on for your alarm as well. For this video, I'll keep it at a 1 minute time frame. So maybe we could actually see an indicator or an alarm trigger. Speaking of indicators, instead of having our left expression trigger based off of a price, we can actually do so based off an indicator if we need to. So as you can see, everything else remains fairly the same, but in the top, it'll actually be dependent on an indicator. So for example, if we have a simple moving average applied to our chart, these are in alphabetical order, so simple moving average is here. Once our simple moving average hits that average price, our alarm will essentially trigger. Now, it does trigger based off of the right expression, but before we get to that, as you can see, there are three relationship options. You have the greater than or equal, your crossover, so instead of being either greater than or equal less than or equal to, once you do hit that crossover price, which is the sweet spot right in between, your alert will be triggered. Or again, you have your less than or equal to. For our example, we'll be doing a greater than or equal to. Now finally, the last options or the fields we have to customize are your right expression. Now if you'd like to, you can do so based off of price as we did up here in the top. So these are all similar fields. And you can actually have your expression in this side based off a different symbol if you want to. So if you are using two symbols that may have an influence on each other, this might be for you. Again, you can do so off of an indicator. So if you'd like to, you can have your price in the left expression, and then you can have it based off of an indicator, like I alluded to, a simple moving average. If you would like to have an alarm based off of this indicator, this may be a setup for you. Now the final field that is different here, and which I think most traders will utilize, is the value field. So you can come in here and manually enter the value as you need. Now for this video, I'll be trying to actually place a value that is pretty close to the market price. So again, maybe we can actually see it get triggered in real time. So since we have my value inputted in there pretty close to the current market price, actually the market just did jump up a bit, so let's try and put it just a bit higher. And then the final option down in the bottom left, if you'd like, we can have it triggered on a close bar rather than an open if you need so. Other than that, once we are ready, we can click create. And as you can see, we now have an alarm currently active. You will have a message of exactly what the expression you have created is. So as you can see, it's based off of the TI feed, the euro versus US dollar, and it's based off of its average price is when it'll be edited or triggered, greater than or equal to the current price I have set. So of course, it doesn't look like the market is moving too much right now, or if it'll even move up to the alert that I have set. That remains to be seen. But as you can see, it's really that simple to create an alarm on your own. If you need to at any time, simply right click that alarm, and you can either edit the alarm as you need, you can disable it, you can show a chart for that alarm, or if you need to, you can simply just get rid of the alarm altogether, get rid of all your alarms, or as you see, triggered alarms in the past, we can actually disable these. Now, for example, let's say you did set up an alarm here, which we just showed, and you do like that specific alarm and you may want to use it again in the future. Simply come over to the trigger tab once it has been triggered, of course. Right click on that alarm that you do like and just simply click enabled. Of course, because the market price is actually lower than the current market or the current field, the value field that we set in this alert, it actually won't be active. It triggers automatically. But as you saw, that is how an alarm looks when it does get triggered. Show that one more time if we enable it. Your alarm service window will pop up in the middle of the screen, and it'll give you the trigger of the condition that you have set. So for this alarm I had created on Trade Interceptor Mobile, as you can see, I just enabled it through the trigger tab, and now it is once again active, and it remains active until triggered. But other than that, that just about does it for this video. It's fairly simple in creating alarms on this platform, and again, it's very intuitive with Trade Interceptor Mobile, and they carry over seamlessly. Once again, if you would like to try out either Trade Interceptor Mobile or the desktop version, feel free to check out the link down in the description below, and it'll bring you directly to a sign up page for Trade Interceptor. We hope this video helped, and thank you for watching.